Gary unequivocally supports your right to choose not to get vaccinated. I also support Canada's decision 100% to have you sign a waiver saying that you're going to pay for all your own medical expenses and hospital stay when you're admitted for COVID-related illness. You could take that one step further and support regularly scheduled operations and life-saving surgeries that are being sidelined due to COVID, right? You have the choice to take that vaccine and not be in there. The poor guy with cancer didn't have that choice. Good morning, everybody. It is beautiful today, -2 degrees Celsius, no gloves. I'm loving it. I think we're gonna get a big dumping of snow this afternoon, so that'll mean some work, but I will take snow any day over -35. Pretty much have been stuck in the house. You guys have seen a few of the videos, more videos to come of working in the cold on machinery and whatnot. You know, Canadian winter at its best, right? But that's not what this video is about. This video, I want to do a little bit of a follow-up of the cleaning house video, which we did, the trucker convoy, because it was pretty controversial, I guess. And so I want to start by saying thank you to all the supporters of the channel. I appreciate you guys. You are awesome. There was a lot of negativity. A lot of people got the boot. 63 subscribers lost as of this morning, and I couldn't be happier because those were simple-minded thinking folks. They didn't like someone else's opinion and, you know, had to start negativity and attacking, and I got so many comments, guys. It started with, for example, "Are you too stupid to realize?" Guess what, guys? That's as far as I read. Delete, block, next. And that's just the way it is, right? If you want to have a civil conversation, if you guys want to debate, if you want to have a different opinion, I'm fine with that. I'm not out to block anybody that has a different opinion than me. It would be a pretty messed up world if we all agreed on everything, right? So anyway, I want to thank all of you guys that did support us. I'm going to give you some facts because these guys are toting, you know, in the news and that they're the majority. Well, guess what? We know they're not, and 69.8% of you guys, as of this morning, thumbs up the video and agreed to some extent with what I was saying, right? And whether you agree or not, it's absolutely my right to say it. So that brings me to my next point. I literally had probably 6 or 7 people tell me to stick to what I know, stick to Bigfoot, stick to paranormal. You know what? That pissed me off more than the guys. Well, not more, just as much. Don't come on my channel and propose that you are protecting people's freedoms and right to choose on one divisive thing over here, which is the trucker convoy, and then come to my channel and tell me what I can and can't post. So we can talk about this, but Gary, you're not allowed to talk about what we don't want you to talk about, right? So how hypocritical is that? So again, bye-bye, see you later. Actually, I didn't ban any of those people. I think a few of them took the low road south, so see you later. I couldn't be happier, guys, to get rid of the small-minded thinking, petty people, right? It's just like in the crowd that's there. You know, we've got a few. This came up as well, waving Confederate. Guys, we're Canadian, right? Confederate and Nazi flags. So my problem with that was, if you're having a protest, you know, that's not non-violent, and we'll talk about that, then why would you stand for, if I'm out protesting something, and I don't protest a lot, guys, but if I were, and some bozo comes up beside me with a Nazi flag, you can be pretty sure, hopefully me and the 10 guys beside me are going to say, hey, that's not what we're here for. This isn't wanted or needed. Hit the road. And that didn't happen, right? So it was just a thinly veiled, use COVID as a guise to get in here and cause disruption is what it was. And this has been proven. All the stories are coming out about, you know, vandalism, hate speech, rhetoric, attacking people for wearing masks, yelling at them, hey, do you support us or not? And telling them to take their masks off. And it was on the news. The guy looks at him and he says, you're here for people's freedoms. He says, well, my freedom is that I choose to wear this mask. You know, this is how hypocritical this whole situation was. They had support blocking some of the borders in our other province, Alberta, deemed illegal after 4 days. They tried to work with them. Now they're shipping them out. Like, move along. You can't block highways. The people in Ottawa are so fed up right now. There are so many things going on. that have been reported honking their truck horns all night long through the night. Well, thousands of people are living in the city of Ottawa. Businesses and everything were scheduled to open on Monday, which we've been on lockdown again. None of those businesses, gyms, the mall, restaurants, none of that could open because it was all shut down, the downtown core, by this protest. So again, you're crushing everybody's decision and freedom of choice to open their business at this point. So it was just so hypocritical, this whole movement. Soup kitchens. There's another one. Soup kitchen was, they attacked the guy and were demanding food. He was feeding the homeless, and none of the restaurants opened downtown. So the truckers started going and trying to get food at the homeless shelters. Come on. Again, I already addressed in the original video, the comments that were coming out were so crazy. I'll just mention a couple of them. 16,000 doctors have said the vaccines are dangerous or no good. Okay, that is not true at all. And I politely requested, please show us where this 16,000 number comes from. Of course, there is no reply. Then there were all kinds of other strange comments on there. Hospitals are getting paid for every COVID patient that comes in and COVID death. No, guys, I have access to the system. My office is not getting paid anything for any COVID people that we report as positive. Nonsense. Utter, sheer nonsense, and I will call it what it is. I will politely ask you to back up whatever ridiculous statement you're making with a peer-reviewed journal or scientific articles. And nobody, if you guys go back and read the comments, there's probably 6 or 7 places where I requested that. Nobody could produce peer-reviewed information backing up these conspiracy theories and numbers that they were pulling out of, I don't know where, just thin air. The other one we hear a lot of is, I know so-and-so, or I live with so-and-so, and they told me this. Guys, that's just opinion. That is not fact. I absolutely stand by the statements I made where I said, you know, follow your leadership, follow science, follow technology, right? Those are common sense things that you need to do. Just because something hasn't been proven doesn't mean that it falls into one of these conspiracy theory categories. And by that, I mean the way in which science created these vaccines was a big point. And guys, technology moves on. We're not living from 100 years ago. There are new technologies, there are new, improved ways of doing things. 100 years ago, they would never have been able to make these vaccines the way they are now because they just didn't know enough about mRNA and all this stuff. It just wasn't there. So we can't compare that scenario to this scenario because not the same at all. How would the world react right now if medical staff, doctors, nurses, office directors, secretaries, whoever, decided that we wanted to have a protest right now? Because I'll tell you what, my wife, my staff, myself have not taken a day off in 2.5 years, right? So they're worked to the bone, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're spent, and you don't see any of them stopping to protest. It's carry on, saving lives, and beat this pandemic. So why do the truckers feel that they're so special? Right? We're dealing with human lives. You're dealing with our supply chain. Both very important. What gives you the right to step aside and say, hey, we're stopping our job. We're going to hold everybody else hostage because we're not going to do our essential work. The realistic solution is keep your ass in the job, keep working, and we all fight together, working together to make it through this. So my hope is that the last of these small, simple-minded thinkers that are going to click on this video are going to do the same as the first 63 we lost. I'm ready to reset the whole channel, guys. Nobody's going to come and tell Gary what he can or can't report on or talk about or do. I've already put up a video for you guys today, so this will be a second video. I'm going out of my way to keep content coming. The first one has nothing controversial in it, so watch and enjoy. And this one is for the thinkers in the group, right? This is for the ones who actually want to engage and be educated or give an opinion or politely disagree down below, right? Anyone who politely disagreed, they're still here. Anyone who politely told me what to do on the channel, still here, but I'm keeping an eye on those guys. I have no use for the simple-minded thinkers, the disrespectful people. I'm glad they're gone. If there's any more of you hiding in the wings, please step forward. I actually had 3 people say, remove me, right? They made comments, nasty comments, and said, remove me. Dude, I removed you the first comment you made. So, you know, this is what it's about for me. This is, the channel is not a political thing regularly, but if I feel the need to strike out and say something, especially when there's Nazi flags flying in my country's capital, I'm going to do that. And anybody who thinks that they can come on here and tell me I shouldn't be doing that, I have no use for you. Bottom line. That is repression of freedom of speech right there. And you're trying to tell us that we need to back the truckers because of they're protecting other people's freedoms. In no way was that convoy altruistic in any way, shape, or form. It was all about the truckers and what they wanted, which was to not have to take shots, not be told what to do. Meanwhile, the rest of the country and everyone else have the same protocols and rules to follow. Right? So why are you special? Why do you think that you deserve to not do what the rest of us are doing? 90% of you are not watching at this point because I know the watch times for the last video were under 5 minutes average. Americans were 3 something, Canadians were 4 something. Gotta love the Australians. I got my little core group of Australians. Thanks, guys. The 50 of you. Those all came from my electric car videos. That's the other thing I wanted to touch. What we cover on this channel. Everything from do-it-yourself, metal detecting, electric cars, adventure, paranormal, UFOs, ghosts, Bigfoot. Sometimes a political rant, right? Lots of times just bushwalking, exploring, hunting, fishing. Canadian life. That's what this channel is about 98% of the time. If I feel the need to do something else, I'll do it. And I just want to say thank you for those of you that understand that, appreciate that, and support the channel. If you do support the channel, click up in the corner, guys. Thumbs up, comments below. Carry on with all the usual stuff that you guys do to make this channel a success. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching.